Hello, welcome to the Long Island Weather Report. It's a little later tonight because the models come in later because, after all, we are an hour ahead. And part of the reason I'm later, that's part of the reason. And the other part of the reason was I actually did a hike in the Pine Barrens at night. That's right. I'm not going to tell you where, but yeah, I was there at night getting some night photos. Obviously, you need a tripod, which is a bit of a pain, but you can see this is what the pines look like in the moonlight. Because the moon is almost full, not quite full yet, but when it does turn full, and we are going to have a lunar eclipse on the 14th, but unfortunately we're going to be socked in the clouds on the 14th, so we're not going to get to see that lunar eclipse. But right now, not a whole lot of clouds, maybe some high clouds around. We did start the day with clouds. A band of high clouds actually was over Long Island for a good part, right till like around noon. It really didn't get out of here until the afternoon. But finally is out of here, and finally we cleared out in the afternoon. But let's talk about our statistics today, because it was a very warm day at Islip. Not a record, but the high got up to 65 degrees. That's 19 degrees above normal. Low was 37. That's 7 degrees above normal. And that puts us 13 degrees above normal for the day. So well above normal for the day. I don't think we had any record reports today. No records were broken, but it was very, very warm for sure today. Very warm day. Looking at our area right now. Looking at our conditions right now. Let's see what we got. Temperatures have cooled off. We have more of a sea breeze, but we didn't have a sea breeze for a good part of the day today. And west winds, everybody got pretty warm. Now it's 46 at Islip. Let's go look at what the day was like at Islip, and you'll see the difference in the temperatures here. So we got into the mid-60s. You could see west-northwest winds. It was a little breezy at times. The humidity was low, which was a little bit of a concern for wildfires, but I don't think we had any on Long Island, any new ones. They've got the West Hampton 100% contained. I'll have another video on that, but you could see when the sea breeze came in, the temperature went from 64 down into the 50s for a little bit. It wasn't too steep of a drop, and then it dropped a little more when that sea breeze came in and cooled things off. So we'll go ahead and look at our highs for the day. And you hear a bunch of fans going because it's hot in here. So highs were up into the mid-60s today, because I'm sure the air from the alley is still in the 50s probably. That's why I got all these fans going. Mid-60s pretty much everywhere. Actually a little bit warmer, still warmer in Jersey. Upper 60s, 67 in Toms River. Lows... there was radiational cooling in West Hampton. Most places had mid-30s, but it did get down to 21 at West Hampton, and only 32 in Toms River, so the radiational cooling only occurred in West Hampton. But luckily that fire is out now. So let's look at our... let's look at some Wonder Map stuff here as well, because I want to just take a look and show you that sea breeze that came in. Probably had a very pronounced drop. We'll go ahead and look at Islip and see how the sea breeze affected things there. So you can see the sea breeze actually helps, though, because it does bring the humidity up, which is important for... So let's see. They only got up to 59.4, so they did get warm, but then the sea breeze came in and dropped things. Tomorrow there's going to be more of a sea breeze, so it probably won't get as warm as it did today. So looking at the weather map, you see there's a backdoor cold front over here over New England. That's going to try to creep into our area as we get toward later tomorrow night into Wednesday and bring us cooler weather. There's a low-pressure system that actually brought a tornado to Florida, moving off the coast, the southeast coast there, a southern stream shortwave. Looking at the surface analysis, you can see that southern stream shortwave here, and there's that stalled backdoor cold front to our north. Let's look at the radar just to show you again this low pressure area here. We don't have anything on the radar right now, but you can see some heavy thunderstorms actually coming into North Carolina. And these, again, this actually spawned an EF2. I think it was an EF2 tornado in central Florida. Yeah, very interesting to see. Was not expecting that for sure. That is for sure. Let's go back to satellite. We'll look at this storm on the satellite here that we have. And again, it's pretty impressive storm here that is moving off the coast, but it is not going to affect us. We are in this area of fair weather for tomorrow, but we do have to watch for this, again, this backdoor cold front that's going to be coming on through. So let's look at the models now, and you see there's that low that's going to move offshore and actually remain pretty intense, but it stays to our south tomorrow. We stay in the fair weather, but then we have this backdoor high that builds in. As you get into Wednesday, it's going to bring a drop in temperature, and then we're going to have to watch out possibly on Thursday for a frontal boundary. The front may try to come back up. There may be a little wave along it. It might spawn some light rain or drizzle. I'm hoping not, but there'll definitely be more clouds on Thursday, and then maybe a little more improvement on Friday as the high once again wedges down. So let's look at the HRRR, and part of the reason why we have to wait until now. So we have the whole HRRR here. So let's go ahead and look at that. And you'll see here that you see that storm off to the south. But you see that backdoor high building down. And that's going to bring a cooler day for Wednesday. A much cooler day for us. So tonight, light winds for the most part from the south. And then tomorrow we have more of a southerly flow, so I don't think it's going to get quite as warm on Long Island. Though inland it's probably going to be just as warm, or mid to upper 60s, but Long Island's probably going to be upper 50s, mid to upper 50s probably. And then you watch this backdoor. We still have a southerly flow here tomorrow night, but then you watch this backdoor front come on through as we get into Wednesday. Wind shift to the north-northeast and then the east. And the dew points actually drop a little bit too. It won't get that windy, but it will be. It's like there's a cold shot of air that's going to be passing by well off to our north. It won't get all that cold here, but it will drop the temperatures out of the above normal range down to closer to normal. Tonight, lows will probably be in the mid-30s, but it could be a little colder than that if there's radiational cooling in the Pine Barrens. And then tomorrow, you see the heats in Jersey, inland for the most part, 65 to 70 perhaps there. Long Island, the North Shore might get close to 60. Then 50s, and then the temperatures will drop as the sea breeze comes in later on in the afternoon. Tomorrow, tomorrow night, the temperatures stay in the 40s. We'll have a little more cloud cover, perhaps from that backdoor front, and then you'll see the difference on Wednesday. We're only going to get into the low to mid 50s, a lot cooler behind that backdoor cold front. Now, as far as skies go, I will look at a sounding for tomorrow. May have some upper level. It looks like it has it fairly clear. Today again, so we'll probably have a good amount of sunshine for tomorrow. It looks like it's fairly clear, especially toward the afternoon. But Wednesday, we're going to have to watch out for more in the way of clouds. I think we'll see if we can get a sounding for that. Yeah, it's showing some mid and upper level moisture, so it could be filtered sunshine at times. It probably won't be overcast, but it could be that, and it could be some jet junk mixed in there too as well. Let's go look at the origin. I guess we'll use that for the skies. So here's tomorrow. Not showing much in the way of clouds. And then for Wednesday, this is where you have to watch out for all this cirrus that's going to come streaming in and giving us filtered sunshine for the most part. So this backdoor front, again, the clear skies with this backdoor front, you'd have to be up in Maine to really get it. Any of the clear skies. And then Thursday, you see what happens Thursday. We get all this moisture coming in off the ocean. If you're inland, like into Pennsylvania, you might see the sun, but there'll be coastal clouds generally on Thursday, and we may have to watch out for sucky drizzle. I'm hoping not, but we'll have to see what happens. Now I'll run the NAM as well. I don't have the full 0Z NAM in those clouds. The NAM is showing a bit of a stratus deck that might form over the just because there's maybe a little bit of moisture in the air along the ocean that tends to burn off during the day tomorrow. So there may be some more clouds at the coast. I think this is overdone. Here's Wednesday, and it's showing a decent amount. That's all we got as far as the NAM goes. GFS, we'll show the GFS as well. You can see that GFS there. There's that storm offshore. Here's a GFS again showing those clouds on Wednesday, and then Thursday. They're definitely going to be dealing with more in the way of clouds. So share the dew points and wind flow on Thursday as well. And you'll see we have an east wind on Thursday, and be a little bit strong too, but it's a moist wind, so I don't think we'll have to worry about fire danger. And then Friday also staying in an east wind. I'm not quite as strong of a fetch, but the temperatures will be a lot cooler on Thursday versus Wednesday. So Wednesday we have 50s. Thursday, well, Long Island may not even make it out of the 40s. It's going to be kind of a raw day, and I'm hoping we don't have sucky drizzle. And then for Friday, it's a little bit warmer. It's maybe a little bit more sun, though it won't be clear. Probably not. But again, we do have to watch out for that possibility, the sucky drizzle. We can let's go ahead and look at this. Kind of shows there's a little. There's not really a whole lot of moisture here to provide any actual rainfall, but there just could be stratus and drizzle with that kind of east flow that you get. That kind of setup. So let's go to windy.com and we will look at that for. This is the European, but we can look at visibility and we can see if there's any drizzle that could possibly show up on here. I'm hoping not. We'll go ahead and look. Obviously, there won't be any tonight. There won't be any on Wednesday. But Thursday, yeah, it's showing some perhaps right along the coast. But it doesn't look like we're going to have drizzle. It'll just be cloudy, I think. So hopefully we will not have drizzle that day. So that's what it looks like right now. So that wraps up this Long Island weather report. Thank you for watching and good night.